to be ready to go in here in a little bit. How about our guest driver analyst here? He's not here yet.
He's not here yet, but he will be. We'll have Ricky Thornton Jr. joining us for the feature here this evening. Rolling the racetrack in right now. They should be ready to rock and roll here. I thought that was Ricky back there. It's actually Levi Jones back there. Close, very close. Rolling the racetrack in right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at, what are we going to look at first here, James? Oh my, just about ripped my headset off. The race information for tonight. Dirt draft hot laps first, of course, split fields. So we've taken the field, split them in half the field will race a full show tonight. They'll have dirt draft hot laps followed by winners performance time trials. We'll have 4 iBox Springs and Integra Shocks and Springs heat races tonight. There'll be 10 laps each. Top 5 will transfer. We will have 2 Buzzy Racing Products B mains. They'll be 12 laps in distance. The top 3 will transfer. And we will have our 50-lap, $30,000 to win prelim coming up here a little bit later on. And the guy that'll be joining us on the broadcast later on this evening is the defending winner of this race. That is Ricky Thornton Jr.
How about that? Over $700,000 this week. Thank you to Tony Stewart, Levi Jones, and everybody here at Eldora Speedway. Of course, opened in 1954 out of the cornfields here in Western Ohio. The great late Earl Baltus. He owned it until 2004. Tony Stewart, current points leader, by the way, in the NHRA Top Fuel Division, right, DJ? This half mile, High Banked Oval, here in Rossburg, Ohio. And we had 100 entries. So we split them into 50. They got to choose which night they wanted to run, by the way. People ask, well, which night did they get to run? They choose on their entry blank if they wanted to run Thursday or Friday. That's how we came to that.
Absolutely. The ones that said no preference, they fill out the balance of the field. So with that in mind, again, final track preparations underway. We'll step aside when we come back. Michael Rigsby and Randy Weaver will join us from the Media Center. Don't go anywhere. You're watching it all live on FloRacing.
This isn't just a shop. It's where racers build products for racers with blood, sweat, and gears. At Buzzy Racing, we know what's at stake because we race too. From rear-end rebuilds and tube straightening to dyno-tested steering boxes and transmission. This isn't just a shop. It's where racers build products for racers with blood, sweat, and gears. At Buzzy Racing, we know what's at stake because we race too. From rear-end rebuilds and tube straightening to dyno-tested steering boxes and transmission overhauls, we don't just fix it, we build it like it's our own. Family-owned, track-proven, built with purpose, built to win.
I love the sound of someone getting their money's worth. I mean, where else are you gonna get ahs like that for 89 cents? Only in Casey's country. It's not crazy, it's Casey's. For a limited time, get medium fountain drinks for just 89 cents.
Premier Health was first in the region. First emergency room, first ICU. We created the first ambulance in the air. We broke records. We made history. Our 110 years of experience were gained for this one split second.
We're going to take you to Miami Valley Hospital, okay?
We were granted Level 1 trauma verification, the highest level of care for critically injured and sick patients. We treat patients that other hospitals can't. We're the most experienced. Premier Health.
Hosky's Performance Parts has been serving the Ohio River Valley and racers from all across the country since 1978.
Hosky's is also the home to Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley and Octane Race Products. We keep the popular name brands in stock and ship nationwide daily,
including Winners Performance, Willwood Brakes, Bilstein Shocks, Impact Safety Equipment, along with hundreds of others.
Visit us in Parkersburg, West Virginia, or online at Hosky.com.
Get ready for an amazing summer tradition. Country Concert 25, Fort Loramie, Ohio, July 10th, 11th, and 12th, with Blake Shelton, Brad Paisley,
You gotta get a little mud on the tire.
Parker McCollum, John Party, Brantley Gilbert, Co Wetzel, 40 artists, 4 stages, deluxe camping, coolers welcome. Get tickets now at countryconcert.com.
The race into 3 and off of 4. Your winner of the second feature is Turbo. Tyler gets it done.
We might be delayed about 45 minutes, but night number 1 of the Dirt Late Model Dream 31 will happen tonight. Michael Rigsby and Randy Weaver inside the Infield Media Center here at Eldora Speedway as you get the aerial look at the most beautiful half mile in the entire world. Randy, I wanted to start with this for you. Just a few minutes we've got on the pre-race show here. 2 different drivers stopped me when I was on my walk over here, and they both used the exact same word, and that word was curveball, or 2 words. I'm not sure if curveball is 1 word or 2. We'll call it 1. Hey, this is a curveball. Rigsby, how about this curveball? What do they mean when they say that? As from a driver's perspective, this much rain right before the start of hot laps.
Well, first of all, when you come to Eldora, we all know about how big it is, how much speed there is. So as a driver / team, you're always working on freeing your race car up, especially early in the night. Well, now you need to times that by 100. So we're going to get to see a lot of teams get to dyno their motors, as we call it, and it's going to be really fast once they get it running in. And it's just going to be, from last night, a real technical racetrack to now just let's hold it down and see who makes it. And, man, that gets you in your head. You're coming, you're ready. After last night, you got your ideas on setup. Then Mother Nature helps out, and you throw that out the window. Now we better get fast and free up enough to circle the racetrack.
We see cars starting to head to staging. Let me run through some of the notable drivers really quick. Reminder, split fields. Only half of the nearly 100 entrants will compete tonight, so about 50 cars. I think 47 is the official number. Tonight's lineup looks like this. Garrett Smith, Kyle Bronson, Zach Dome. Josh Rice loves this condition, I can promise you that. Jimmy Owens, Chris Ferguson, the man of the hour, the belle of the ball, Bobby Pierce will compete tonight. And Randy, real quick, Dale McDowell, probably not what he wanted tonight with this racetrack.
I started to say how that group only see 2 that probably don't like it, and that's Owens and McDowell, and
yeah,
they're the oldest of the group. So, yeah, definitely not what he's looking forward to.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting night to say the least. 47 drivers will compete tonight. There's a little bit of a cell behind this one, but it looks like it's breaking up. So all in all, only about 45 minutes behind if we could. So listen, we will be back here post-race show, Randy Weaver and Michael Rigsby. When we wrap up tonight, we'll be right back down here at the Infield Media Center. Quick final commercial break during this pre-race show. Ben, DJ, James, and Mike Norris will have all the action from night number 1 of Dream 31.
Race fans, Dirt Draft is your #1 fantasy racing app. Play along with hundreds of events each year featuring the biggest stars in series and racing. Draft your team each race night and compete against hundreds of fans across the country. Or start your private league to battle your friends for the ultimate bragging rights. Accumulate points each race night and cash those points in for top prizes from the biggest brands. Sign up today and learn more at dirtdraft.com or download in Google Play or the App Store. Dirt Draft, your fantasy racing edge.
If you're like me, you take pride in a great-looking lawn. And my pride begins with my ride, a Grasshopper mower. Whether you roll it off the trailer or out of the garage, you'll get the power to effortlessly tackle tough terrain, mow around obstacles, or cut through thick grass and overgrowth. You'll trim, vacuum, mulch, and more, all from a driver's seat that's as comfortable as your favorite pair of jeans. The exclusive powerful deck even makes cleanup and storage a snap. Whether you're a pro or just want to mow like one, make a Grasshopper mower your ride and your pride.
Brothers Pizza is proud to be the official pizza of Eldora Speedway. Fuel up with a hunk of pizza or a large 12-inch pizza loaded with all toppings, no extra charge. Pick original or thin crust, then add on any combo of our 10 delicious toppings. That's 1,024 ways to make it just the way you like. Head to the concession stands to get yours today. Want more? Download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app to find one of our 10,000 locations in convenience stores near you. Hunt Brothers Pizza, fuel for race day.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio for prelim night number 1 for the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream. Mother Nature came in probably about
move over Mother Nature, right?
4:30 or so.
Did you get like 10
snaps? Are you in Snap?
Well, not. That's the new Cheez-It snaps.
Are you?
By the way, it is Cheez-It. Not Cheez-Its, as we were told a couple years ago, right? You didn't get a screenshot of a weather app today, did you?
None. No,
none.
Nobody. I work in racing. I never get screenshots of the weather.
It's like
I never get told what it's going to do.
They've got their own secret, weather app that nobody else has.
Yeah, like someone out there has got a weather. Oh man, you ain't gonna believe this. It's gonna rain at like 5 o'clock. Huh? You don't say.
All right.
I've got 18 weather apps on my phone. I mean,
there's Jimmy Owens, the 2009 Dirt Late Model Dream winner. He is in the Kohler Motorsports number 20. That is a rocket chassis with a Vic Hill power plant under the hood for the ultimate towing and recovery. Capital Waste number 20 out in Newport, Tennessee. And the 101 car in the Service 101, that'll be the veteran Forrest Trent. Forrest Trent, he comes to us out of Talbot, Tennessee in car 101.
We got next, I believe it is the C6. No, not the C6. It's the Plane 6 that is going to be Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida, in the Wilkerson Farms Impact Electrical Services Done Right Construction sponsored Longhorn. There's the 93 fast qualifier last night. The Paylor Motorsports entry out of Lincolnton, North Carolina. That is Carson Ferguson. That Donald and Gina Bradshaw owned Coltman Farms Racing Hoopah Grading Company entry. Rod Conley out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, in the Conley River Terminal. Conley Trucking rocket chassis for Hot Rod. Behind him, the 4G out of Camden, Ohio. That is Cody Evans. He's 26-year-old in the Performance Transport Aces Place Dog Grooming. Hensley Logistics sponsored
the Tipsy Hog out of Eaton,
Ohio.
Tipsy
Hog,
the Tipsy Hog put that one in.
Yes.
Not Boss Hog, who is, by the
Hog.
way, he's here with Tyler Erb, isn't he? Right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
There is the 22 star, currently leading the World of Outlaw Series Rookie of the Year standings. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He currently stands 4th in the World of Outlaw points. That is Drake Troutman and then G.R. Smith. By the way, happy birthday to G.R. Smith. When was that, yesterday?
Yeah, he's 58. A few days ago.
I did not know he was that old.
Well, that's what Drake Troutman said on social media.
Congratulations.
It was earlier, yes. So that's been the running joke. GR is he's 58 years old.
Hudson O'Neill's last night's runner-up. In the Big River Steel subsurface of Indiana, SSI Motorsports, Jason Durham turning the wrenches on that car. Out of Martinsville, Indiana, the 28 car, the winner here back in 2016, that'll be Dennis Erb Jr. Dennis Erb Jr. out of Carpentersville, Illinois. In car 28, had the line turning the wrenches on the McBride Mac Vomac truck sales Rocket, number 28. There you see Jimmy Owens, currently second in the Hunt to Front Super Dirt Series point standings behind Zach Mitchell. Both of those drivers here this weekend. Great mix of drivers. Again, 100 drivers are entered here for the next 2 nights. We've got 47 officially running tonight. Now, again, as we mentioned before the break, when they put in their entry, they got to choose either they wanted to run Thursday or Friday night. So some did that. Most did that. And then whatever you said left over, they got to do that.
A few that said no preference. So they put the balance of those guys in to help balance the fields out. And there you have it.
There's the 101 car we mentioned, Forrest Trent. He is in a Team Zero car, by the way, out of Talbot, Tennessee, Service 101, driven to save lives. TNC diesel car. You see the 6 Clay Harris, last year's runner-up in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year Chase at the Lucas Oil Series out of Jupiter, Florida. 4 cars, 6. So again, just trying to pack this back in. Great job as always by the Eldora track crew. We had rain. It rained for a while this afternoon.
It did.
And they had just started to water the track, I think.
It rained overnight last night as well. I mean, I think that is worth noting. And it was, I mean, honestly, they were calling for rain off and on all day today. They did not. They did not. It did not get the rain earlier today. As you see a shot there from our K1 race gear drone parading around the racetrack. But it didn't rain today like it anticipated. They go out and watered the racetrack, and of course, it rained for a little while then. But you know, it's like Michael Rigsby said earlier today. We were having lunch. I mean, if any place can hold water, it's Eldora Speedway. You know, I mean, they've got 8,000 packed trucks here, and the track itself just holds water. It runs down to the inside of the racetrack, etc. But
come on out the next 2 nights. Tomorrow night we'll have the other 50. They'll be running for $30,000 as well. Then we'll start on Saturday night with our heat races for $100,000. Again, $700,000 this week, including last night. Bobby Pierce. Man, I tell you what, he's got it down pat here, and not only here, but all over the country, right? He's won his last 3 trips to Eldora, World 100, the Dirt Track World Championship, and then winning here last night.
Did you set a Dirt Draft fantasy lineup for tonight?
Who would I have my all Eldora, right?
The all Eldora
my all
lineup?
Eldora.
Billy Moyer.
You got a Billy Moyer, Scott Bloomquist, Larry Moore, Jeff Purvis.
Jack Boggs.
Donnie Moran.
Freddie Smith. Oh, Donnie Moran has to be.
Donnie Moran has to.
Donnie has to be on there.
Get your set. Get $100,000 if you've never played before. Get the app or go to dirtdraft.com. $100,000 in play money, I guess. Pick your top 5. You got to do that before the heat races, right?
Yeah.
Before the heat races, pick your top 5. And if this is the first time you've ever played, you get a Dirt Draft shirt. You get a Lucas Oil shirt.
You get a free T-shirt. You get a
high limit.
There is a week long. So tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, there is a special Dirt Late Model Dream contest. The winner gets a trophy.
Well, you're the defending World 100 winner.
I am the move over, Bobby Pierce. We've got there's a picture of that in the production trailer. I'm waiting for them to put it on the screen so that I can show it to everyone.
Saw that. No, you
don't want it on the screen? What?
I think we need. No, we'll do it. Tiffany's telling me. You're good.
I mean, I feel slighted.
I saw
now.
the trophy. Everything I see on Facebook is true.
That's
right.
That's right. All those AI images, all drivers. Boy, that's all true. If it's on Facebook, it's got to be true.
The weather app for Rossburg, Ohio. Yeah, I live in Idaho, and you're not going to race tonight, right?
My favorite is when a racetrack posts, something on social media, and like 16 people comment, "Gonna rain, gonna rain." If you looked at the weather, gonna rain at 5 o'clock. What good? That does not do any good. Stop that. Don't do that. It does not do any good. You are hurting the very sport that you love.
I answered someone on the Eldora Speedway Facebook.
I saw that.
You're going to get rained out, Thursday and Friday? And I said, everything's still on schedule, right? And, we're good. Well, hey, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're right.
Sometimes you're right, more times than not, I am not. Hey, track coming in nicely here. You see the lap times have gone from 22 seconds down to the mid to upper 17s now. Troutman 17.6, Dennis Syrup 17.6, Carson Ferguson 17.6 as well.
How about Jimmy Owens? A couple of wins here recently. He's up to second, as I mentioned, the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series points.
He broke a 15-month winless streak.
Yeah. Well, the last win we saw him at East Bay last year. In That seems like so long ago, doesn't it? 2024.
He won the one that we ran in pieces over the course of 3 nights, right? We qualified one night. We ran heats and B's a night. We ran the feature the next night, right?
Yeah. Yep.
How about that? Drake Troutman, fresh off that $100,000 win at Mississippi Thunder Speedway in the Modified World Championship, quickest in the first session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. There's the Ageless Wonder.
He's going to get that bottom packed in. You know he will, right?
That's right. It's Dale McDowell and that Shane McDowell Racing and Reese Monument Company S&H Systems Bathmaster sponsored number 17M has made the Dirt Late Model Dream 17 straight years. His average finish in those 17 years, 8.3. We're going
to have to run the car through Bathmasters after this is over, right?
Behind him, the current Hunt the Front Series points leader, that is going to be Zach Mitchell, and the Copeland Farms Racing Autism Awareness Special Needs School of Gwinnett, sponsored number 57. There's John Henderson in the Azio. Azio is camo, by the way.
Azio camo, and of course you got the Dustin Jarrett rifles.
Thank you.
And out of North Augusta, South Carolina, the 2X car. There's the 32 car, the Hoker Trucking, Randy Davidson Trucking, Hot Rod Septic.
Essex and Jarrett Logistics.
Right, the check's in the mail, Chris. Don't worry about it. He's out of Oxford, Iowa, in car 32. C&J Trucking on the spoiler.
Hoker Trucking. There's Max Blair out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. Going to run an independent schedule the rest of the year in that Centerline Motorsports, C&J Dairy, Gable and Murphy's Logging, Creekside Auto Sales sponsored number 111. The 18X out of Douglasville, Georgia. That's Michael Page. Glad to have him back with us. He's 8th in the Hunt the Front point standings in that Baird Truck and Trailer Sales. ML Masonry Coast to Coast Marine sponsored 18X. There is Joseph Joyner. Got the J. Dickens motor underneath the hood of the number 10 this evening for the Milton, Florida driver of the Kubota Genuine Parts Hunt the Front Trading Paint sponsored number 10.
Capital car.
Yes, there's Fergie, Chris Ferguson, the only Stinger car entered here this weekend, James. Good to have Chris Ferguson.
Good to have him back. Live Oath Aesthetic. Hello.
Aesthetics.
Aesthetic, yes. Thank you very much.
Do it.
The 22 car. Brian Conard, his dad, owned the car owner of that car. Again, a Stinger chassis. They build those out of the great state of Tennessee. Out there also on the track. There's the 55 car. That is Eli Johnson. Eli Johnson out of Florida, the Clyde Johnson construction entry. First time here at Eldora Speedway with a Moorhaven, Florida resident, Eli Johnson. There's the 28 car. Randall Edwards turning the wrenches on the Pay Cafe. Number 28, that is Carson Brown. Carson Brown out of New London, North Carolina. By the way, we talked about Trey Mills last night. Pulled in early, came back out, and I PID reported they changed helmets. I guess on the first lap of the race, he pulled the tear-offs, and they all came off.
Oh,
so he had to pit.
Well, you don't want to do that tonight.
No, you don't do that tonight. So he had to pit and get a new helmet. So there is Dale McDowell, the winner here back in 2014. What is he? 17 consecutive Dirt Late Model Dreams.
What an incredible accomplishment that, and it's not only making. I mean, his average finish is 8.3. 17
third here last night. Where did he start last night?
Eighth, higher than he normally starts. Got third. He was
like I said when he qualified. I said we're going to divert the top 20, put you back there in 20th, right? Dale McDowell, and there's Zach Mitchell. Good year for him so far, leading the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. You mentioned the Copeland Farms Racing Special Needs Schools of Gwinnett.
Yeah, good to see Zach Mitchell.
How about Tanner English in the Coleman car last night? Good run for him here last night at Eldora. We're underway here. Rob Penrod, Rick Monroe on the flag stand. How about Rob Penrod moonlighting with the Lucas Oil Series?
Yeah, he is.
We've seen him quite a bit. We'll see him at Smoky Mountain next weekend.
He's out and about traveling so much, he may need to get his own sponsor here pretty soon.
I think we had an update on Devin Moran, and I went and talked to Devin last night, and he shut it down. He thought the oil pressure dropped. It actually was a battery, right?
Yeah.
So that's good news. Battery is much better than a motor, right?
He thought it was. He did. He thought it was a lot more than that, and quite candidly, we did as well.
And when he shut it off, he locked up.
Yeah.
On back straightaway, so we couldn't.
And that was why it slid and spun to a stop there. Fortunately, it was actually near the entrance.
And he was running what, 4th or 5th?
Yes, he was in the top 5. Yes. How about Michael Page laying down a 16.515? Now I don't know how much this track will clean up before we get into winner's performance time trials tonight. It's probably worth mentioning, though, the track record has stood for almost 7 years here. Brandon Shepard, the fastest lap recorded in time trials here at Eldora, 1:47.61 is the track record here at the Big E.
The 16.516 for Page out there. Well, I'm sure for qualifying, it'll probably be one lane around the bottom, right? I mean, and then they'll pack it in, and then we'll get up there to 2 or 3 grooves.
It'll be, by the time the feature rolls around, this thing ought to be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we do it all again tomorrow night. Again, half the field running a full show tonight, the other half of the field running a full show tomorrow night. As we will run the exact same program tomorrow with the other half of the field as they do the crossover right now, sending the guys in the first 2 groups that were hot lapping back to the outside, the guys that were staged on the outside down to the infield as you see him crossing over.
It may be the only way they stop Bobby Pierce this week. He's running tonight, but he's not running tomorrow night, so he will not win tomorrow night.
That is correct.
We want to make note of that. So
that is correct.
Yeah,
hey, the other members of the broadcast team will be joining us in the infield here the rest of the weekend. It's an honor to have Ben Shelton, Mike Norris, and the former, at one time he was the #1 ranked dirt late model driver in the country, Randy Weaver, joining us, guys.
No pressure. He said former. He didn't lay a year on it, though, Weaver. Randy, I do want to ask you right now, where we saw the racetrack about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, are you surprised how fast it was able to roll in?
Yeah, really, the times have really gone fast and quicker than I thought they would, but it's definitely going to be probably low 15s, maybe even 1490s when it comes to qualifying. And these guys are the best in the business, so they're going to lay down some really fast race laps.
Mike Norris, you've been going around the infield. You're seeing all of these guys in hurry-up mode down here. What's the biggest things you picked up?
Well, I tell you what, a lot of these motor builders are cringing, as you were pointing out, Randy, and a lot of guys in scramble mode. You know, Brandon Shepard had an engine change. I know some of those guys are coming up tomorrow, but, you know, they just found some news and notes, you know, that we found that really, I think they're just trying to keep it all together with the way the track conditions are tonight.
Randy, real quick, with the way things are here, the carburetors, what kind of adjustments are you making after with this much moisture in the air?
Well, they're definitely going to have to work on their air density little machine they'll run and make sure they're jetted up enough. The air is still kind of thick, so they'll tune these things for ultimate horsepower, because here tonight, last night you didn't need but half a motor. Tonight you need 2 or 3.
Whisker do's, whisker don'ts, and all points in between here tonight at Eldora. It's the 31st running of the Dirt Late Model Dream, night #1.
Weaver was using my mic from last night when I didn't have it on half the time, right?
It does help when you turn it on, James.
It does when you turn it on. There's the 99 car, the Big River Steel. Lazy Days RV for Double Down Motorsports, Roger Sellers, C&W Trucking Car. That is Devin Moran. Devin Moran out of Dresden, Ohio, in car number 99. They're in the middle of the back straightaway. Also in this group of cars, behind the 99, who currently sits 3rd in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Championship points. There's Turbo Lee, Tyler Herb. He is in the Langenfelder Mechanical Best Performance Motorsports First Class Septic 01 Rocket Chassis Sunoco Race Fuels for Turbo Tyler Herb in the 01 car.
Behind him is going to be the driver of the Tide Touring Racing #9. That is Nick Hoffman, a former Fall Nationals winner here at the Eldora Speedway. 5-time Dirt Late Model Dream starter of that NOS Energy Drink C&W Trucking sponsored #9. He'll be followed by, let's see who they give us next. I bet it's going to be KB40. It is not. It's going to be the 17. Close, very close, out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia. That's going to be Will's dad. That is Zach Dome. And that Tim Short Auto Group, weight floor covering Dome Cycles sponsored Longhorn.
Z&T Racing. Zach,
Racing.
Nick, Tim.
That's right.
There's KB40.
Fastest cat in Brandon, Florida, right?
He is the Atomic Music Group, Race Car Engineering 40B car. Now hailing out of Brandon, Nebraska. That is Kyle Bronson, Brandon, Florida. How about T. Carp, the 28 car, man? think back a couple years ago, that Dirt Track World Championship, man, he's a 2-time Gateway Dirt Nationals winner in 28.
Yeah, he drove from 19th to 3rd in the Ronnie Moran Memorial at Muskingum County Speedway on Saturday night. Pulled double duty, got 7th in the modifieds there as well. There's Wheelersburg, Ohio's Justin Cooper in the 00, the Conley Trucking, Conley River Terminal, Tanner's Truck Service sponsored entry, a winner at Mudlick Valley.
That was his first career late model win.
It was. Good for him.
Son-in-law to R.J. Conley. There's the 12 car. Very few limited. He added an E on his first name. Look at that.
Ryan
Payne out of Pennsboro, West Virginia, in that number 12 car. Glad to have him here. He was here, was it last year or the year before?
Yeah.
Ran very well. Glad to have him with us here tonight at Eldora.
Ryan, I like that. There's the 7 of Montana Dudley, pair of crate wins at East Alabama this year for the Phoenix City native, and that Thomason Properties, the Racing Zone sponsored entry for Montana Dudley, first time here at the Big E. Did you get the Jedi, Jerry Balansock?
Who could forget Jerry Balansock? He is in the Frenchtown Trailer Sales 95 J Rocket out of Wapakoneta, Ohio, the TB tile-owned car. There is the C6 Oakley Johns out of Hohenwald, Tennessee, in the C6 car. So this group of cars out of the racetrack here, again, the fastest so far. So out of that, there's the 28 car. We mentioned Tyler Carpenter, Nick Hoffman right now. And now Tyler Carpenter at 16.323 here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps at Eldora Speedway. Again, get the app. Go to dirtdraft.com. Be sure to sign up for that. Pretty much fun. How about Frank Heckeness Jr.?
Slowing. Did he? Oh yeah. Look at the right front on that car, James.
The Indy U Pullet Story Squares there.
There it is.
The carnage off of the 99 Junior car. So we'll have to clear the track for Frank Heckeness Jr. So Nick Hoffman at 16.296. Tyler Carpenter 16.323. Tyler Erb at 16.330.
And there is Premier Health Miami Valley Care Flight getting ready to land at the racetrack, as they do each and every time we open up the gates here at the Big E, guys.
Randy, seeing what happened to Frank Heckeness Jr., what was on the racetrack, what's your best assessment?
Well, that's just the way the rains moved in here and changed the whole track condition from last night. He probably just bottomed out and he rose the right front nose under, and you know, the track being heavy and fast like that, it's already put his team behind, so they'll be scrambling to fix all the body and aero instead of tuning on the race car.
You know what we call that right there, James? We call that let's ask Randy Weaver a quick question to make sure his microphone is working. Well done, guys, and it works.
Don't worry, Weaver. You don't have to do the cone tonight, so you're safe.
Listen, I was massaging Levi Jones earlier to possibly implement the choose cone here in the fall. To be determined, Ben.
I think it was a lot of fun, and also we figured you guys needed an Oreos break up there, and you got the ultimate snack pack straight out of the 1970s up there too. DJ.
Well, we just had more snacks delivered to us as well. Yeah, we've got snack packs.
The Murrays from Richmond, Indiana. Brad, what did you do with all that?
It's back there.
It's back there.
Calm down. James gets hangry when he has his sweets. I mean, there's Brian just brought us some deer sticks up as well.
It's back in the break room.
Jim from Wisconsin's giving us some stuff.
Brian Woolard, thank you.
Thank you, Brian. All the folks, man. We are incredibly well fed up here. That is for certain. Next group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps out on the track. There's the Wayne Gibson 20 TC. 3 wins this season for Tricky Tristan Chamberlain, the third-generation driver out of Richmond, Indiana. There's Cale Green in the 4, the Pelion, South Carolina driver. That Transtel Incorporated sponsor, number 4. That's a good, clean-looking race car for Cale Green. James, there's the 89, the 3-time Fairbury Speedway track champ out of Manhattan, Illinois. That is Opie Mike Spatola. And behind him, that's going to be Jason Riggs in that Riggs Fiber Longhorn out of College Grove, Tennessee.
Good to have him here. Jaden Frame is his teammate.
All right, I'm gonna test you on this next one, James.
Okay, that'll be Evan Kohler.
Good job.
Right, Evan Kohler in the Big 11, Little 4. The Capital Waste Ultimate Towing and Recovery entry out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. There's 3 114s here, and none of them are Randall Chupp. I'm sure, Randall, if you're here, let me know. But Evan Kohler, his brother Jordan, who'll be in the 114, and Clayton Bryant. There's the 93 car, regular on the Lucas Oil Series. That is Corey Lawler. Corey Lawler in the number 93. He's out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. For Corey Lawler, the Ponchos Racing Products entry.
A couple other drivers on the track. James, the former open wheel modified standout. Originally out of Sun River, Montana, the 21-year-old. That's going to be Michael Leach. And the Dust Ponds, Willow Ranch, Hellraiser Jacks, Lowenbro Motorsports sponsored 09. We have also got
Big Perm.
Yes. Oh, how could we miss the big perm? Maybe it's a trimmed down perm this weekend. That James, Jennifer, and Justin Ratliff Racing 18D Dalton Wilson, a winner at Fayetteville earlier this year. And the MGL Auto Sales, JR Motor Sales, Keltner Contracting 18D. There's Ben Suk up on the racetrack. His first appearance here at the Eldora Speedway out of New Fork, Nebraska. And what kind of chassis,
Schwartz car.
It sure is.
Bobby Pierce is out there. He's been everywhere, hasn't he, over the last couple of years? There's the 11 car, the Rick Jones Team Senessus Construction Rocket. That is Josh Rice. Josh Rice, current Northern All-Star points leader. Last week's winner at Brownstown, Indiana.
I want to give a shout-out real quick to Josh Rice's sponsors as well. I didn't have my list updated last night. It was an oversight on my part. So the Senessus Construction, Glentwood Electric, Impact Race Gear, Rice Excavating, Chain Locker USA, MC Tank Transport, and of course Air Max Heating and Cooling.
Very good.
Yes, we got them. We got them all. We got them all.
Jay Dickens Power Plant under the hood. Shout out to Jay Dickens.
He goes to the top of the leaderboard, James, 16252.
Top 10 here last night for Rice. Hoffman second. Carpenter, Tyler Erb again will be qualifying here coming up. We will have Winter's Performance Time Trials. We'll divide them into 4 heats. There'll be an invert of 4 at each heat. We take the top 5, right, DJ? Then we'll have 2 B mains. We'll take the top 3.
Yeah.
No provisionals tonight or anything like that. But the lineups for the feature is based on every lap matters, right? So you're going to get laps for time, right? Or is that the heat race?
I mean, you need to use the Pythagorean theorem, a sundial, and Egyptian hieroglyphics to.
So they get points for time trials.
Yeah.
They get points for heats.
So you get points every time you're on the track for something that matters.
Except hot laps.
Well, hot laps don't matter, but we do thank Dirt Draft for sponsoring them. So you get points for how well you qualify, how well you run your heat race, okay? So 4 heat races, top 5 transfer. 4 times 5 is what, James?
20.
Very good. That locks in 20 drivers in the feature. Those 20 drivers then, okay, they will get
the top point man.
Yep, they will be staggered from 1st to 20th based on the points they have earned. So the high point man number 1, second high point man number 2, all the way down to 20th, okay? We're going to spin the wheel of misfortune. Whatever lands on that wheel of misfortune, that will determine how many are inverted in tonight's feature. Did you follow all of that?
And in 3 out of each of the B mains.
And 3 out of
26 cars start.
That's right.
We're not inverting the B main cars, right?
No. 30,000 win. That is a record for Dirt Late Model prelims. $2,000 just to start the prelims here tonight.
And tomorrow night, same.
But tomorrow night,
yes. Tomorrow night, I believe it's $100,000
to win on Saturday. Very good.
Well, $100,000. I'm talking about the purse. It's $700,000 for the whole week. But tonight's purse or tomorrow night's purse.
It is.
Very impressive.
Yes, it is.
You did well. Hey, let's give a shout out. Ricky Weiss was scheduled to run tonight.
Yes.
So we want to give the update for the Ricky Weiss fans and everybody out there on his situation today.
Yeah, Ricky had a family emergency back home that he had to head home for, and so it's been voted that he will get to shift he was supposed to race tonight. That will get shifted to tomorrow, and that was voted on by the race officials. If he is able to race tomorrow night, then he would be able to continue as so. So we certainly send our prayers as, again, Ricky headed home for some family for a family medical issue there, and we certainly send our prayers out to him. And we will see maybe if things work out, maybe Ricky will be able to race with us here tomorrow evening. They're going to scrape the wall here around this racetrack. We're going to use this opportunity to step aside for a quick set of commercial breaks. When we come back, we will roll into Winter's Performance Time Trials. Don't go anywhere. It's night number 1 of the Dirt Late Model Dream, and you're watching it all live here on FloRacing. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to night number 1 of the Dirt Late Model Dream here at Eldora Speedway. The unofficial pre-race party kicked off last night with FloRacing Night in America, presented by Kubota. And now we get into the 31st running of the original 6-figure payday. The boss man himself, Tony Stewart, in the house here this weekend, the president of the James Essex Fan Club. Also.
And the current, right, in HRA top fuel points leader. How about that?
I heard.
How many points he's won? He won the 4 Crown. USAC. He won Sprint, Midgets, and Silver Crown, right? In '95, he won the IRL. He won NASCAR 3 times, right? If he wins, my goodness, not bad at all, is it?
I mean, he'll have as many wins as you here pretty soon.
And we're not even close. We are not even close. I did his first late model race.
Brownstown
First
Speedway.
late model, 1998.
1998, yes.
1998 was his first one in a late model. Said he still has the trophy from that Kenny Simpson Memorial race.
Was he driving the Steve Barnett owned
He was
car?
driving a he was driving a C.J. Rayburn car. I would guess it had a Glenn Nibel engine under the hood of that.
The 98, right?
It was 98.
98.
It was 98.
Yep,
Barnett drove 89. Exactly.
There you go. How about that?
Very good.
I know my Tony Stewart history, man. Hey, we had a good time. You weren't up here. I was talking to Smoke for a good little bit there yesterday.
We were talking down there yesterday in the media center, and good times. Good times here. I mean, 2004, he bought it from Earl, and only 2 owners in 71 years, 2 owners. It's like the Pittsburgh Steelers coaching. They've had 3 coaches in 55 years, right? Something like that, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Did I see Aaron Rodgers is going to sign with the Steelers?
I never know what.
That guy there, he can go into the bunker and eat lettuce. I don't worry, grass, whatever he's doing. I don't know.
Wait, what?
There's Kyle Bronson.
Wait, we took a wrong turn here.
Keep James away from that candy up there.
Listen, we got moon pies up here. We have got Oreos.
We got
all
qualified.
Right, James,
let's go.
James, we're ready to go.
Well, Team Zero car on the track. He's out of Talbot, Tennessee. That is Forrest Grant. Forrest Grant in the service 101, driving to save lives. TNC Diesel, 2-form machine and Trent Locking. That's the Vic Hill Power Plant in the hood. Follow on the 10. Out of Madison, Georgia, former dirt track world champion Garrett Smith. He's at the Scott Smith Terminal Maintenance and Construction, Atlanta Paving and Concrete. The world's famous Cadillac Ranch. Go Lithium, National Auto Parts. That's a Longhorn, Vic Hill, and Drake Troutman. The Brick House Tavern, Victory Circle Auto. Gambler Transport, RFI Resources. Mesilla Valley Transportation, Jerry Siding and Roofing and Windows. Stone Natural Resources, George Beckett. That's a Longhorn Cornet for G.R. Smith and Team 22 Incorporated.
16.201 for Forrest Trent, 16.294 for Garrett Smith, and a 16.288 for Drake Troutman. Second lap time for Forrest Trent is not as good. Second lap time for Garrett Smith, better. Top of the leaderboard, 15.869. And the 20-year-old Drake Troutman, second lap, not as good. He'll be third with a 16.288. So 1.5869 by Garrett Smith is the early barometer set by the first trio here in Winter's Performance Time Trials.
Up next, former Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania, the 25Z. That'll be Mason Ziegler. Ziggy's in the green lane. RBS Truck Collision, RBS Auto and Trailer Sales, Harris Walmsley Enterprises. BX Logistics Group, that's a Rocket Clements, followed by the 71R, former Hillbilly 100 winner. It'll be Rod Conley, Hot Rod Conley out of Wheelersburg, Ohio. He is at the Conley River Terminal. Conley Trucking, Rocket Dramey, and the 93 car, 9th into Lucas Oil Points currently. That'll be Carson Ferguson. Carson Ferguson out of Lincoln in North Carolina, the Paler Motorsports. Hoopaw Grading Company, Live Oak Aesthetic and Family Dentistry, Coleman Farms Racing, Sparks Oil Company, Boone HVAC, Solidified Concrete, Buddy's Automotive, Brad Benton Trucking, Baker Mitchell Racing, Triple Electric, Pro Fabrication, and Floor Solutions. That is a Longhorn Cornet for car 93, Carson Ferguson.
Ziggy fourth. Now Rod Conley goes fourth. Carson Ferguson to the top of the leaderboard, 1.5470. He was quickest overall last night, trying to do it again tonight. Second lap time, Mason Ziegler, fifth quick. Best lap, 1.6344. Rod Conley, 5th quick now. Best lap, 1:63.41. Carson Ferguson, even faster, 1:55.461 after 6 drivers. Carson Ferguson sits atop the leaderboard in Winner's Performance Time Trials.
Up next will be the driver who won the World 100 a couple of years ago out of Martinsville, Indiana. It'll be Hudson O'Neal. Hudson O'Neal currently 4th in the Lucas Oil points. He is in the Todd and Vicki Burns SSI Motorsports Big River Steel Wheeler Metals Merrill Bonding Company, Subsurface of Indiana Professional Concrete Gutting and Drilling, Westside Tractor Sales, Dyna One Inc., O'Neal Salvage and Recycling, Indiana U Triple SA Fast Pitch Softball, Bob and Tammy Burton, Houchins Insurance Group, Bobcat of Batesville, Sunoco, Longhorn, and followed by the 4Gs out of Camden, Ohio on the Rocket Vic Hill. That'll be Cody Evans. Cody Evans at the Performance Transport, Legacy Electric, the Tipsy Hog out of Eaton, Ohio, K&M Trucking, Slicker Graphics, entering the 11 of Austin Smith. He is running for the Rookie of the Year in the World of Outlaw Series. He's out of Cedartown, Georgia. He's in the SCCS Solutions, Cedartown Electric, HESCO Solutions, Capital Clements, number 11.
Hudson O'Neal was 7th on lap number 1. You saw him slip up down in 1 and 2. Now Cody Evans will go 7th quick on his first lap. Austin Smith, a good qualifying effort last night. 2nd quick right now, 15.682. Hud, 2nd lap, much better. 3rd quick, 1:5.823. 2nd lap time for Cody Evans. 9th fastest, 1:6.411. And Austin Smith going to wheel the 11 off corner number 4. He woes it down. His 2nd lap won't be as good, but it won't matter. He's the fastest of the trio. 2nd quick right now. Best lap, 1:5.682. 9 drivers have attempted a lap. Carson Ferguson, Austin Smith, Hudson O'Neal, your top 3.
Up next will be the 2009 Dirt Late Model Dream winner, currently 2nd in the Hunt to Front Super Dirt Series points out of Newport, Tennessee. It'll be Jimmy Owens. Jimmy Owens at the Bobby and Jessica Kohler Motorsports, Elite Ready Mix, Reese Monument Company, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Redline Oil, Capital Electric, Capital Waste, Boom Test Well Service, Cheap Cars, Rocket Vic Hill, followed by the 6 out of Jupiter, Florida. That is Clay Harris. Clay Harris and the Wilkerson Farms Impact Electrical Services, Done Right Construction, National Fragile X Foundation, United Cable Systems, 12 Kings Construction Supply. That is a Longhorn Durham of the 28. The 2016 Dirt Late Model Dream winner from a World of Outlaw Series champion, Dennis Erb Jr. out of Carpentersville, Illinois, in the McBride Mac, Vomac Truck Sales, JRI Shocks, Performance Rod and Custom, Rocket Clements for car 28.
You got it. You did well. Clay Harris going to be 9th quick on lap number 1. Jimmy Owens 3rd quick. Dennis Erb Jr. 12th fastest. Lap 2 for J.O. Let's see what he's got. James not as good. Stays 3rd. 1:5.733. 2nd lap for Clay Harris. Better. 7th quick. 1:6.265. 2nd lap for Dennis Erb Jr. Better. 12th quick. 1:6.422. 12 drivers have attempted a lap. Carson Ferguson has the time they're gunning for, 1:5.461.
Up next, DJ, will be the 17 SS out of Dade City, Florida. That'll be Brendan Smith. Brendan Smith and the Sean Smith Speed Solutions. That is the Guardian Hurricane Protection. Big Daddy's Cattle, Plum Crazy Plumbing, Total Claim Source, Skipper Smokehouse, Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing, Sunoco, Poncho's Racing Products, Rocket Durham, followed by the 15K and the Bruce Kane Racing entry. That'll be Will Harrington. Will Harrington comes to us out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, in the All About Doors, Clopay, Watermelon Park, Haywood Marine Construction, Jerry Siding, Roofing and Windows, All About Doors, Rocket Clements, followed by the 2X out of North Augusta, South Carolina. That'll be John Henderson. John Henderson in the Azio Camo. Jared Rifles, Longhorn Clements, number 2X.
First lap time for Brendan Smith. Not a bad lap. James, he goes 6th quick. First time around for Will Harrington. 2nd quick. 1:5.670. Let's go. Second lap, our first lap for John Henderson. 7th quick. 1:5.992. We'll see if anybody has anything for Carson Ferguson. Lap 2 for Brendan Smith. Not as good. 1:6.175. He's 8th. Will Harrington better on lap 2. Not good enough. 1:5.547. 2nd quick. And John Henderson improves. He goes 7th fastest. 1:5.901. Will Harrington, the fastest of the trio. Eldora, he is 2nd quick with a 1:5.547 after 15 cars.
Up next, driver first time here at Eldora. He's out of Moorhaven, Florida, the 55. It'll be Eli Johnson. Eli Johnson to the Clyde Johnson Contracting Roofing, QXO. Johnson Riverside family. and Taylor Electric and Air Conditioning. That's a Rocket J. Dickens, followed by Mac Daddy Dale McDowell. 17 straight starts in the Dirt Late Model Dream. The 2014 winner, Chickamauga, Georgia, his hometown. The Shane McDowell Racing. Race Monument Company, Cloth Synthetic Lubricants, Committed Gasket, SN8 Systems, Connected Strategy Advisors, Northeast Fabrication, BSI Will Service, BlackRock Enterprises, Bath Movers, or Bath Masters, Team Zero. That is a Clements. And in Carson Brown, New London, North Carolina, the Longhorn, Vic Hill, Pay Cafe, CBS, GBS, Brand Connect, Doyle Edwards Trucking, Sunoco Race Fuels, EBB Logistics, Longhorn, Vic Hill.
Move over Black Slick. Dale McDowell to the top of the leaderboard, 15436. Are you kidding me? Eli Johnson's best lap, 12th quick, 16247. McDowell, 15436. Carson Brown, lap 2, 9th quick, 16087. Eldora, the ageless wonder, goes to the top of the leaderboard. How about it, Mac Daddy? Dale McDowell, 15436.
Wow. Up next, that's all I can say.
Move over Dirt Draft.
Wow. All right. That's the time to beat, as you mentioned. Up next will be the 10 car, the J. Dickens under the hood and eye to that Capital. It'll be Joseph Joyner. Joseph Joyner out of Milton, Florida. He is in the Kubota Tractor Base Racing Fuels Trading Paints at 10. Followed by the 57, the current Hunt to front. Points leader. He is out of Enoree, South Carolina. It'll be Zach Mitchell. Zach Mitchell, 57. He is in the Coleman Farms Racing Special Needs School of Gwinnett. Solar. Yes, and the Longhorn Clements for Zach Mitchell, followed by the 18X Michael Page out of Douglasville, Georgia. The Bear Truck and Trailer Sales, ML Masonry, Coast to Coast Marine Level Excavating and Utilities, Southern Ridge Home Development, Rocket J. Dickens, 18X.
Joseph Joyner, 3rd quick, James. Good lap, 15502. Zach Mitchell, 20th quick, 17232. And the first lap time for Chris Simpson is 11th fastest. What's Joyner got on lap 2? That's quick time. Hunt the front has found the front, 15309. Zach Mitchell, second lap better, 21st, 16901. Chris Simpson better on lap 2, 8th quick, 15834. How about it, Eldora? New quick time, Joseph Joyner, 15309.
How about that? They changed motors, had the J. Dickens under the hood tonight. Chris Simpson, by the way, 5-star shop service, Hoker Trucking, Hot Rod Septic, Randy Davidson Trucking, Superior Cleaning, RLM Enterprises, C&J Trucking, Iowa, Illinois, Taylor Insulation, Superior Cleaning, 32. There's Michael Page in that Rocket J. Dickens. Again, Bear Truck and Trailer Sales, ML Masonry, Coast to Coast Marine Level Excavating Utilities, Southern Ridge Home Development, followed by the 22 in the Stinger for Brian Connor at Mount Alley, North Carolina. It's Chris Ferguson. Chris Ferguson in the Sun Song Live Oak Aesthetic and Family Dentistry, Animal Care Clinic, Spartan Transportation, Schaefer's Oil, Spray Foam Technologies, Clements Power Plant, and the 111, the Brad Spochez, Longhorn Clements, Max Blair out of Centerville, PA, C&J Dairy Creek. Pizza and Pub, Upstate Auto Group, Dean Auto Group, Creekside Auto Sales, One Star Collision, Murphy's Logging, TLW Transport, Gable Inn, Deer Lakes Bowl, and Riggs Fiber 111.
You got them all. Good first laps for the entire trio. Page now quick time, 15239. Fergie, 6th quick, 15546. And Max Blair laces out. Dan, he'll go 5th quick, 15485. Oh my, Douglasville, Georgia's Michael Page now has quick time, 15.239. Qualifying has never been so much fun.
Reminds you of East Bay, doesn't it?
Yeah,
we had so much fun qualifying at East Bay, didn't we? Up next, in the General Lee 1 car.
Not
by
yet.
the way, that's Group A. By
Not
the way,
yet.
hello
Yep,
there.
that was the first half of the field. Yep, Page, Joyner, McDowell, Fergie. That's your top 4. Fergie of the Carson variety, Blair, Fergie of the Chris variety, Harrington, Austin Smell. Man, these are going to be fantastic heat races. Smith, Owens, O'Neill, the top 10. And Michael Page is going to lay down the quickest lap. He's going to make his way into the scale area. We'll grab a word with him here momentarily as they do the crossover from the upper pit area down to the lower pit area, 2350, the minimum weight requirement. And they should have enough mud plugged up underneath that race car that hopefully is not an issue this evening. He's going to check in at about 23.85 or so. Right there it looked like. And Michael Page are going to push that race car off the scales. And he is going to come down.
Yeah, the dirt car guys are really busy here, and it's been, you know, as the track continues to get faster and faster, each driver continues to get faster and faster, so they always want to attack the fastest car. Well, as you can tell, lap after lap, you know, we continue to get faster and faster. So Michael Page in that last group, one of the fastest cars here, and we'll try to grab a word with him.
All right, thanks, Norris. Appreciate it. Yep.
It did get faster and faster.
Attaboy, Norris.
Yeah, we tracked him down. Michael Page, big smile on your face. You had some success this year, new team. Congratulations, you're the fastest Group A.
Thank you, man. We've worked hard all day trying to get it better from last night, and I can see today, so it helps. But last night I put a 4 on mistakenly on the right rear, messed me qualifying up. But it shut off going across the flagman stand, so I don't know what's wrong with it. We'll see if we can get it fixed.
Well, the ups and downs of racing. He's fast time, but may have an issue, guys.
Oh, wow.
Good job, Mike Norris. And Joyner was second, right?
Yeah.
Joseph
Page,
Joyner, second
Joyner,
fastest.
McDowell, Carson Ferguson. So if, as long as those drivers passed Tech A-OK, it'll be Michael Page and Joseph Joyner starting on the pole of heats 1 and 2. Dale McDowell and Carson Ferguson will join them alongside as the K1 race gear drone follows the 18X of Michael Page back to his pit area.
Randy, what kind of issues, you know it's speculation they're going to go to work on it, but if you're that 18X team, what are you looking at first?
Well, hopefully it's nothing engine related, but you know, like we heard last night, a battery exploded and kind of acted the same way. So hopefully it's something simple. I know they're rushing him. I guess he's parked out top, so they're trying to get him over and get hustled up and figure out what the problem is and then fixing it. 9 times out of 10, finding the problem's harder than fixing it.
How helpless a feeling is it? You just said quick time and now the car won't run at all.
Well, just everything runs through your mind. You start thinking about the big items, and as long as they're okay, a lot of times electrical or something like that, it'll wear you out. But hopefully those guys, they've raced a lot. They'll figure it out pretty quick. Hopefully they can get it turned around.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Group B coming up next. Again, Tyler Erb. He's going to be a first in the 01 car. The best performance, Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors, Roberts B Company, First Class Septic, Go Lithium, Sunoco, Santa Weld, Rocket Clements for best performance just up the road in St. Mary's, Ohio, followed by the number 99. That'll be Devin Moran. He's out of Dresden, Ohio. The Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports. Longhorn Cornet, Big River Steel, Lazy Days RV, C&W Trucking, Bomag, Millwood Plumbing, Anthony's Pizza, Pee Wee's Wrecker Service, Refuel Wellness, Red Oak Pub, Car Source Auto, McHugh Chrysler, Dodge Jeep, Phillips CPA, Smoky Mountain Speedway, and Holland Askell's 99. He's currently third in the Lucas Oil Points, followed by the 00. Picked up his first career win a few weeks ago in Mudlick.
Raceway. Mudlick.
Yes,
Valley.
You've got a shirt out of Wheelersburg, Ohio. Justin Cooper, he is in the Conley River Terminal, Conley Trucking, Tanner's Truck Service, Rocket Dramey. As you see, work already in under the hood. Yeah. They've got the hood off there.
Page just jumped right in there, man. I mean,
he is on it, and he's carburetor.
He's taking the air cleaner off of the car and going straight to work, man. You see several folks down there with his crew trying to diagnose the issues. Man, that's a great shot. Great work by our FloRacing team there in the K1 race gear drone.
Randy Weaver, you're watching this, and you just made a comment to me. What is it?
Well, definitely Page and them jumped in on the engine side, but you also see the other crew guy jerk the cover off of the ignition box. And a lot of times when something just absolutely dies and there's no other symptoms, sometimes the ignition box can go bad. And honestly, I don't see how they take what they do. A lot of heat, a lot of bouncing around all year, but man, what a place for something to go wrong at the worst time ever.
And it's worth noting, Michael Page, obviously race-winning driver, crew chief also for guys like Sam Seawright. He knows the ins and outs of these race cars as good as anybody.
Oh, there's no doubt. He probably put every piece of that car together, so that's very helpful. But like I said, that whole group's raced a long time. They'll probably chase it down as quick as anybody could.
Great insight there from Randy Weaver. Yep, absolutely appreciate him being back on our Eldora broadcast this year. And James, we have wiped the slate clean, and the next trio making their way out, as you mentioned, is going to be Turbo Tyler Erb. And the 0-1, the General Lee looking car. Remember Mike Marler did one of those a while back as well. The 99 of Devin
Dirt
Moran.
Track World Championship when it was at Portsmouth.
That's right, and the 0-0 of Justin Cooper.
Who did we have changing engines in Overton's car last year? Remember, Turbo was one, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't Dale McDowell down there?
I think McDowell was down there.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Bronson. It was a whole host of people. 1-5, good lap for Turbo. 1-5-5-2. It's good group here in Group B. Devin Moran, 16-153. Justin Cooper gets a little high there, coming off corner number 4. 16-240. Turbo, lap number 2, better. Good lap. 1-5-4-0-0 for Tyler Erb. Devin Moran, much better on lap 2, 1-5-4-9-5. And Justin Cooper looks like he's got a better lap, and he does. 1-6-1-4-2. So the first 3 cars for the second half of this field have locked themselves in Winners Performance Time Trials, and Tyler Erb has the early time to beat a 1-5-4-0-0.
Get a feeling we might see a 14-9 here in this group. All right, it'll be Montana Dudley, Eldora rookies out of Phoenix City, Alabama, up next in the 7 car. The Racing Zone, Tim Thomason Construction and Landscaping, Thomason Properties, A&E Metal Roofing, that's a Longhorn Cornet, followed by the 17. Out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia, that'll be Zach Dome. Zach Dome, the Dome Cycles Way Floor Covering. Tim Short Auto Group, Daggett Reynolds, Mountaintop RV Park, Longhorn, Vic Hill. And the 28, fellow Mountaineer State driver out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, it'll be Tyler Carpenter. Tyler Carpenter, the overhead doors, Holdren Incorporated. Construction, Hosky's Performance, Mike's Tree Service, Parkersburg Plumbing Supplies, Dominator Race Products. That's a Kryptonite Eisner for Carpenter. Dome, this is only what, his second or third race of the year, right? I believe in the 17D, due to his commitments, of course, to Dome Cycles.
That's right, Zach Dome, 3rd quick. Now Tyler Carpenter, 3rd quick. Let's see what Montana Dudley does on lap number 1. He'll go 5th quick. Lap number 2 for Zach Dome in the 17. 2nd quick, good lap, 1-5-4-5-2. Tyler Carpenter, better lap, 4th quick, 1-5-5-4-1. And Montana Dudley's best lap is a 1-5-7-2-0, good enough for 5th quick. So Zach Dome, fastest of that trio. He's now 2nd quick in Group B after 6 cars.
Up next will be the C6. He's out of Hohenwald, Tennessee. It'll be Oakley Johns. Oakley Johns of the Franklin Enterprises, Zippy Autos LLC, Johns Timber, Jolliffe Enterprises, Stewart Farms, B&B Race Parts. That's a Jay Dickens under the hood of that rocket. The 95J out of Wapakoneta, Ohio is the Jedi, Jerry Bowersock. Jerry Bowersock, the Fulton Camps, Frenchtown Trailer Sales and Supply, North Star Drilling, TB Tile, Truman Quarter Horses. That's a Rocket Clements, followed by the 99 Junior out of Frankfort, Illinois. That is Frank Heckeness Jr. Frankie's of the Storied Squares, Dirt Oval 66, Indy U Pullett, Petrov Towing, Capital Signs, J.R. Hauling. That is the Longhorn Vic Hill for FHJ.
Oakley Johns will be 6th quick on lap number 1. Jerry Bowersock goes 8th quick his first time around. Here comes Frank Heckeness Jr. His first lap time is good enough for 2nd quick. Lap number 2, Oakley Johns brings the C6 off corner number 4. His second lap time not as good. He'll stay 6th, 1-5-9-3-0. Jerry Bowersock stays 9th, 1-6-3-1-7. And Frank Heckeness Jr. bumps up to 7th quick. His best lap, 1-5-9-5-9. 9 drivers have attempted a lap. Tyler Erb, currently the time to beat in Group B with a 1-5.400.
Rod Conley checking out the action. And do we miss his dad, don't we? Delmas Conley would have been 83 years old, and he would still be racing, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, he won in the last year that he raced.
Absolutely. KBM of Brandon, Kyle Bronson. Up next out of Brandon, Florida, the Atomic Music Group, LLC, Race Car Engineering, Borsters Equipment, Lucas Oil, Michael Lloyd Hauling and Demolition, LTX Home Builders, Angry Elephant Tattoos and Piercings, Longhorn Clements, followed by the 12R, Pennsboro, West Virginia's Ryan Payne. He's in the Payne's Trucking Services, Pratt & Massey Self-Storage Units, Jenkins Auto Parts, Barnes Trucking, Perkins Supply, Kryptonite Pro Power, and Nick Hoffman, the Tide Touring, NAS Energy Drink, C&W Trucking, Petrov Towing, Lone Wolf Petroleum, Longhorn Clements of car number 9.
Ryan Payne, 7th quick on lap number 1. It's a good lap, 1-5-8-8-2 for the Pennsboro, West Virginia driver. Nick Hoffman goes 6th quick on lap number 1. KB 40 to the top of the leaderboard, 1:53.69. Lap 2, Ryan Payne, not as good. He'll be 8th quick. Lap 2, Nick Hoffman, 3rd quick. Good lap, 1:54.52. Kyle Bronson, now the time to beat in Group B with a 1:05.369.
Next to BOP to be Mike Spatoli. He's out of Manhattan, Illinois. He's in the Big Daddy Scrap, B&D Chemical, Lake Norman Mechanical, Country Chevrolet, Rocket Pro Power. Followed by the 07. Out of Norfolk, Nebraska, it'll be Ben Sukup. Ben Sukup, he is in the Power Sports Nation. First Citizens Bank, Spud Trucking, National Auto Sales, Spud Snowy Range Adventures, Quality Siding and Roofing, Lammers Trailer Repair, that's his Swartz Pro Power. Followed by the 81 out of College Grove, Tennessee, it'll be Jason Riggs. Jason Riggs, he's in the Dude Wipes, Riggs Drilling Solutions, Heartbeat Hot Socks, Riggs Fiber, Heartbeat Hot Sauce, Riggs Fiber, Haymaker Race Car Bodies, Ballard's Excavating, Best One Tire and Auto Care, Andy's Towing, Tribune Trailers, Longhorn Clements for Jason Riggs. Still the quickest overall. Still Michael Page at 15.239. KBM 40. Quickest right now in Group B, DJ.
11th for Opie on lap 1, 13th for Ben Sukup on lap 1, and 10th quick for Jason Riggs, his first time around. Mike Spatola's second lap time, he'll be 12th quick in Group B, 1:59.77. Second lap for Ben Sukup, he is currently 14th with a 1:62.12. Jason Riggs betters himself on lap 2. He will go 7th with a 1:57.07. Now 15 drivers have attempted a lap in Group B. Kyle Bronson, Tyler Erb, Nick Hoffman are your top 3.
Up next will be the 114E. It'll be Evan Kohler. Evan Kohler's out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. The Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Capital Waste, 5-star metal buildings, paid through distributing, Mountain View Venue and Event Center, Elite Ready Mix, Coleman Farms Racing, Shelton, Lock and Key, Longhorn Clements, followed by the 4 at Pelion, South Carolina. That is Cale Green. Cale Green in the Pelion Auto Care, Transtel Incorporated, Jesse's Well Pump and Filtration, Longhorn, Vic Hill, followed by the 11. It'll be Josh Rice. Josh Rice out of Crittenden, Kentucky. He's in the Rick Jones Team Synesis Construction, Air Max Heating and Cooling, Reich's Excavating and Plumbing, Chain Locker, Impact Race Gear, Glenwood Electric Company, Sunoco MC Tank. The Rocket J. Dickens for the current Northern All-Star points leader, Josh Rice at 11.
Evan Kohler 16th. Cale Green 7th. Quick, good lap. 1:56.82. And Josh Rice now the time to beat James, 1:53.58. Lap 2 for Evan Kohler, better 13th, 1:59.50. Cale Green to 4th. Look out. They are dancing in the streets of Pelion, South Carolina, 1:54.34, and Josh Rice betters himself on lap 2. Josh Rice, the time to beat in Group B, Eldora, a 1:5.259.
Move over Cale Yarborough.
How about Cale
Green with a K?
Listen, Josh Rice, fast time. All that aside, Cale Green may have just surprised himself with the 4th quickest lap.
Oh, you can still get him on Dirt Draft. It'll be Michael Leach. He's the 09. He is out of Sun River, Montana. Rookie late model driver, the Low and Bro Motorsports, Dust Pods, Willow Ranch, Hellraiser Jacks, Longhorn Cornet. Followed by the 20 TC out of Richmond, Indiana. That'll be Tristan Chamberlain. Tristan Chamberlain and the Wayne Gibson Motorsports, Vision Woodworks, Keg, Storm and Sewer Nozzles, Pardo's Towing Service, Infinity by Wells Spec, and the 93 out of Hanover, PA, the Longhorn Pro Power. For Pancho Lawler, it's Corey Lawler, the PPC Lubricants, Pancho's Race Products, Street Side Auto Sales, Sunoco 93.
Leach 9th, Chamberlain 10th. Lawler now 10th after lap number 1. Lap 2 for Michael Leach. 3rd quick, 1:53.83. Man, these heats are going to be fun tonight. Oh, man, Tristan Chamberlain, he'll be 11th. Best lap, 1:56.74. Here comes Corey Lawler. Second lap time, not as good. He's currently 10th, 1:56.33. James, we have had 21 drivers attempt a lap in Group B. It's Josh Rice, Kyle Bronson, Michael Leach, Tyler Erb, Cale Green, your top 5 qualifiers with just a couple cars left to go.
But look who's next.
Oh, my.
The number 1 ranked dirt late model driver in the nation is 17th, win last night out of Oakwood, Illinois. The current FloRacing Night at American World of LS Series points leader. It'll be Bobby Pierce. Bobby Pierce at the Low Voltage Solutions, Rio Grande Waste Services, Churchill Transport, Collins Brothers Towing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Toyota of Danville, Carnegie Towing, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, Leak and Tree Service, Floyd's Waste Systems, And that is the Longhorn Vic Hill, followed by the Big Perm Dalton Wilson, the James Ratliff Great Lee Farms MG Auto Sales, the Auto Outlet. And I'll let you talk. No second quick time.
Bobby Pierce, 1.5274. Big Perm Nation. Quickest time of the night, 1.5175. Holy cow. Here we come, lap 2 for Bobby Pierce. Move over, Big Perm, 1.5114. And Dalton Wilson goes second quick, 1.5144. Eldora, your 2 quickest qualifiers are the last 2 cars on the racetrack. Second quick, Dalton Wilson with a 1.5144. And Eldora Speedway, your quick qualifier in Group B and quickest overall in Winners Performance Time Trials with a lap of 1.5114. Out of Oakwood, Illinois, the smooth operator, Bobby Pierce.
The smooth perm and the big perm, right?
Oh, man.
Are you serious?
That's the most fun I've had in qualifying in years.
How many times did we ever have the final qualifier at East Bay get fast time for the night?
And it happened in both groups, Group A and Group B. The last car on the track was the quickest. So Pierce, 1.5114. Man, these heats are going to be, I mean, you talk about an eclectic mix of drivers throughout the field in these heat races. This is going to be something. So Bobby Pierce, he made his way across the scales and is now backing into the tech area. And Mike Norris is going to grab a word with your quick qualifier in Group B and overall the smooth operator, Bobby Pierce. Mike?
Yeah, I tell you what, guys, a lot of times when you draw that real high pill, you kind of shrug your shoulders to get upset that you're going to be the last car out. Track kind of changed in your favorite either way. Everybody knows here in America that you got one of the fastest cars, and you're fast to get in here tonight.
Yeah, hammer down, man. Shout out to Vic Hill Engines. And, yeah, the first lap, you know, I think I had to kind of build some more speed, so I had the speed going better for the second lap. It was a little better, and do I start fourth or first? Is there an invert? Okay, I start fourth, so that's great.
Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Eldora is all about skill, but sometimes a little bit of luck. Bobby Pierce, your fastest qualifier. We'll throw it over to Ben Shelton.
All right, we're moments away from opening ceremonies, but first, Matt Altiers, you're down here. We got the 2-seater. People are buying chances to ride in it tonight. Who is the driver?
Ricky Thornton Jr.
All right, so Ricky is going to be the driver. Miss Savannah's going to draw a ticket in just a moment. If we call that person's name, where do they need to go?
They need to go to the 2-seater tent over here in turn 4 in the fan zone within 10 minutes, or we'll have to draw another ticket.
And then tomorrow, we're going to have Bobby Pierce. On Saturday, a mystery driver. 1 ticket for 10, 5 for 20, 20 for 40, 50 over there for 100. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and get this ready. Savannah's going to draw a ticket, and if you get your name, your ticket number drawn, you're going to make your way over to turn for the fan zone, and you're going to go for a wild ride with Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 2-seater here tonight. And the ticket number, there we go, 260942. 260942. If that is your number, make your way over to the fan zone where you bought your tickets for the 2-seater. Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to take you for the ride of a lifetime here tonight. Well, guys, they're going to roll the racetrack in. We're going to step aside, thank some marketing partners. When we come back, opening ceremonies, night number 1, the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream from here at Eldora Speedway. Don't go anywhere.
Impact Race Gear is your source for custom race shirts. We are certain that you will see the same things that hundreds of racetracks, teams, organizations, and manufacturers have already discovered. When it comes to quality and service, we simply can't be beat. We are not one of those here today, gone tomorrow print shops. Impact Race Gear has been trusted for years by racers all across the country. Give your fans and sponsors what they deserve. Simply awesome race shirts. Visit us online at impactracegear.com to learn more and start your order today.
Get ready for an amazing summer tradition. Country Concert 25, Fort Loramie, Ohio, July 10th, 11th, and 12th, with Blake Shelton, Brad Paisley,
You gotta get a little mud on the tire.
Parker McCollum, John Party. Brantley Gilbert's Co-Wetzel. 40 artists, 4 stages, deluxe camping, coolers welcome. Get tickets now at countryconcert.com.
Hey race fans, picture this, a tap house with 46 taps where you make all the choices, paying by the ounce as you try all of your favorites on our unique self-serve pouring wall. Sure Shot Tap House offers something for everyone, from crafts, ciders, and seltzers to old favorite domestics, bourbon, and wine. Oh, and let's not forget our awesome beer-inspired food menu. So race fans, while at Eldora, be sure to check out the Sure Shot Tap House. Online at SureShotTapHouse.com, just right down the road in Greenville.
This is what you save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the High Limit Room.
Premier Health was first in the region. First emergency room, first ICU. We created the first ambulance in the air. We broke records. We made history. Our 110 years of experience were gained for this one split second.
We're going to take you to Miami Valley Hospital, okay?
We were granted level 1 trauma verification, the highest level of care for critically injured and sick patients. We treat patients that other hospitals can't. We are the most experienced. Premier Health.
DMI's line of Bulldog quick change rears are gold standard in performance, reliability, innovation, and strength. Using the latest computer software and finite element analysis ensures the strongest and most well-engineered products in the market. The most durable made in the USA lower shafts can withstand the harshest abuse. Bulldog Easy rears present unmatched strength with forged aluminum side bells and offer unlimited possibilities for tube alignment to utilize the latest in technology advancement. Visit diversifiedracing.com to learn more about our industry-leading components.
Welcome back to Eldora Speedway, opening night of the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream. Moments away from the first heat race of the night. At this time, we ask you to please help me in welcoming to the Eldora Victory Lane stage, Miss Savannah and Miss Abby. They're the Miss Eldora representatives. They are all over Eldora's social media. They're all over the property. Make sure to follow Eldora Speedway on all the social media channels for everything they have got going on. Meanwhile, Dustin Jarrett, let's talk about the order of events for tonight's racing action.
All right, Ben, thank you so much. For those of you just tuning in, we'll give you the rundown of what's going to happen here this evening. We've already wrapped up Dirt Draft Hot Laps and Winners Performance Time Trials. Next on the agenda will be 4 heat races presented by both Ibach Springs as well as Integra Shocks and Springs. There are going to be 10 laps in distance. The top five out of each heat race with a 4 invert will race their way into tonight's main event. That'll give us 20 cars. We'll have 2 B mains, 12 laps each. The top 3 out of each B main will race their way in. B mains tonight presented by Buzzy Racing Products. That'll give us 26 cars. We'll have a 50-lap main event, $30,000 to win. Now, of the 20 drivers that race their way in through the heats, they will get their Every Lap Matters points back. That's based on qualifying and their heat race finish. They'll be lined up 1 through 20. The Wheel of Misfortune will be spun to determine an invert 1 through 8 in tonight's main event. Ben Shelton will send it back down to you to get underway with tonight's opening ceremonies.
At this time, we ask if that if you are able to please rise for tonight's invocation and our Star Spangled Banner. Tonight's invocation by track chaplain Mike Unger.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for another day you've given us here at the racetrack, Lord, and fulfilling a lot of people's dreams to be here. Lord, we especially want to thank the first responders and all the men and women who have fought and are fighting and will fight to give us the freedom to be here and do what we all love to do. So, Lord, we just ask you to be with us all tonight, keep everybody safe as they go home, and Lord, we know your will be done, and we give you all the glory. And all this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mike. Please remain standing. Our Star Spangled Banner by Miss Christy Sanders.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
How about that? Christy Sanders, great job tonight. Eldora Speedway, it's Thursday, it's the dream. What do you say? Let's get to racing. TJ James, Heat Race 1 has fired it up. Let's get things underway.
Well
baby.
done there. Well done there, Ben, to get the microphone back as well.
Move over Canadian wildfires back there. Holy cow, we are ready.
The microphone had made it across the Canadian border by the time I got it, so yes.
All right, Ben, Mike
man.
Norris, Randy Weaver, Dustin Jarrett, James Essex, Rick Monroe, Rob Penrod, Levi Jones, Tony Stewart's here.
They're all here.
They're all here.
You guys, you got an entire thing of Oreos over there besides you, too.
I'm at the double stuff. Now, would you figure out why double stuff only has one F on it? Did we ever figure that out?
Will Harrington's only got one L, so.
Cheez-It doesn't have an S.
Cheese, you said Cheez-It. I'm not sure what you said right there for a second. Okay. Well, is that Tony?
That is Tony
That's
out
Tony
there.
himself. Boy.
Tony's a straight liner man now in the drag racing. He's going to run this.
He's running. They're going to be rumors of paving if he continues out there.
Don't start that.
Listen, that happens all the time, right, Ben?
Ever since he got locked out of his own tower, he's doing everything here. He's afraid. He's gonna be like, oh, he got locked out of his own tower. James ignored him in the pit area yesterday. It was a rough day for Tony
We talked.
Wednesday.
We're good.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what you say.
Sure.
All right. Hey, let's go ahead and give them the lineup here for Ibach Springs Heat Race number 1. 10 laps. Top 5 transfer. Your pole sitter is going to be Will with 1L at Hawkinsville, Georgia. That's Will Harrington, and on his outside, Max with 1X out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. That's going to be Max Blair.
Dale McDowell trying to make 18 straight dirt late model dreams. He was the winner here back in 2014. He's out of Chickamauga, Georgia, the Team Zero car. And Michael Page, your fast qualifier in Group A with the 4 invert, is not there. Man. Heartbreak Hotel.
Wow.
For Page.
Wow, it's going to be Jimmy Owens on the inside of row 3 out of Newport, Tennessee, and on his outside out of Oxford, Iowa, the 32S, Chris Simpson.
John Anderson, North Augusta, South Carolina, the 2X, and Brendan Smith, the 17SS of the Sean Smith entry out of Dade City, Florida.
Eli Johnson going to start on the inside of row 5. He's in the 55, and on his outside, Drake Troutman in the 22 star.
And your final row, how about that final row? Are you kidding me? Mason Ziegler out of Chalk Hill, PA, always solid here in Eldora. And the winner back here in 2016, Dennis Erb Jr. out of Carpentersville, Illinois. Ben or Mike, if we could get an update at some point on Page.
Well, he's in the North 40, so we'll try to get an update on you. Man, what a heartbreak there for that driver. And Randy, There's showers in the area. How much is right now Seawright? I'm playing again, not Seawright. How much is Paige praying for a rain shower right now?
Oh, yeah, they're doing the rain dance for sure. I mean, what bad luck to strike. And must have been something a little bit deeper than what we was thinking for him not to get turned around. But if it rained out, it'd give him a little bit of hope or at least another rain delay.
Well, there are some sprinkles falling out there on the racetrack right now, so they're going to take this field around one more time. The multi-time Eldora Speedway stock car track champion James out of Cridersville, Ohio, Barney Craig, behind the wheel of the Eldora Speedway Ford Raptor pace truck. Rick Monroe has looked the field over, and field's been given the go-ahead signal. So the yellow lights have been turned off. Green flag is going to wave this time by. Again, Ibach Springs, heat race number 1, 10 laps in distance. Top 5 will transfer, and it's going to be Will Harrington on the pole and Max Blair on the outside.
And we will talk to the winners of each of the heat races. Ibach Springs sponsoring heats 1 and 2, Integra heats 3 and 4. And turn 4, way underway. Heat 1 here at Eldora Thursday night. Blair with a crossover. And out in front will be Will Harrington of the Bruce Kane Racing 15K.
Oh, going to be elbows up here for a little while, buddy, as Will Harrington gets a good jump in that Bruce Kane Racing 15K. He's going to be your leader at the end of lap number 1.
It's not a rainy night in Georgia yet, is it? It might be down there, but it's Georgia leading. Harrington into turn 3 as he stretches it out about 10 car lengths over Blair. In the Brad Spochaz 111 on the bottom. Third, they're side by side. McDowell and Owens. How many times have we said that over the last, 30 or so years, right?
That's not a black slick racetrack, but Dale McDowell still doing Dale McDowell things here at the Big E. That's the battle for third just behind them. Chris Simpson runs in the final transfer. He currently sits in 5th. 3 laps clicking off in a hurry here at the Big E, and it's Will Harrington by 1.3 seconds out front.
Somebody might get a career win tonight. It's $30,000 to win tonight, $30,000 to win tomorrow night. Harrington leads Blair, that Brad Spochaz 111 running an independent schedule the rest of the year. Jimmy Owens currently second in the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series, runs in 3rd. McDowell is 4th. Chris Simpson is 5th. But Will Harrington, that Bruce Kane Racing 15K, looking good at a turn 1 now.
And Will Harrington halfway home in this one. 5 laps down, 5 to go. Ibach Springs heat race number 1. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on the right side of your screen. That group led by the 111 of Max Blair.
They're going to have the tongue hanging out of these motors, aren't they? The battle right here. Here comes Troutman. Drake Troutman, the G.R. Smith 22 star, the current World of Outlaws Series rookie points leader, stumbles in turn number 2. 3 laps to go coming up. He is led from the start, dominating right now. Almost a straightaway lead for Will Harrington.
Yeah, that time by at the strike, 2 full seconds. The leader, or the lap time, or the advantage for the leader, Will Harrington, in that Bruce Kane Racing 15K. Blair remains 2nd, Owens 3rd, McDowell 4th. Chris Simpson with a stranglehold now on the 5th spot. James, 2 laps to go for the Hawkinsville, Georgia driver.
Out at 2 down the back straight. Max Blair solid in 2nd. Owens slips up a little bit, but he'll maintain 3rd. McDowell 4th. In the top 5 transfer right now in 5th is Chris Simpson as they go. The white flag, 1 lap to go.
Final time around for Will Harrington. Again, everybody that transfers out of the heat race, they'll get their points. They'll get their points based on qualifying and heat race finish, and then an invert for the feature. The winner of Ibach Springs heat race number 1 is going to be Will Harrington. Max Blair 2nd, Jimmy Owens 3rd, Dale McDowell 4th. Battle for the final transfer down to the line. Give it to Chris Simpson. Troutman, Smith, Henderson, Ziegler, and Erb on the outside looking in. So Simpson finishes 5th, McDowell 4th, Owens 3rd, Blair 2nd, and the winner of Ibach Springs heat race number 1 in the All of Outdoors. Jerry Siding, Roofing and Windows, Haywood Marine Construction, Clopay, Watermelon Park, 5M Construction sponsored 15K. Out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, how about Eldora for Will Harrington?
Will Harrington, 2 wins on the year. He won earlier this year at East Alabama Motor Speedway, a $10,000 payday, a $3,500 win last week at Potomac Speedway, Budds Creek, Maryland. And he said, when I got out of the car, it was crickets. Nobody knew who I was. I think he's letting the world know who he is tonight. The opening night of the Dirt Late Model Dream, the Bruce Kane Racing number 15K. Bruce Kane and Will Harrington teaming up late last year. They've had success together, and Will gets a heat race win. Racetrack's really fast right now, and you saw guys struggling to maneuver around this racetrack. We'll see what Will thinks about it. Will, a win last Saturday night in Maryland. Tonight, you got speed. What have you got to do to this race car to get ready for the feature?
Yeah, go to the gym. I'm wore out after them couple laps, but no, we didn't get the hot lap. We had water pump problems, and just shout out to all my crew, my dad, Jordy, Bruce, Tommy, Brent, just everybody over there. They busted their ass to get this thing ready. We got us a hot rod, Matt Logan and the Fox Shocks. They've been tuning on this thing, and we just got to tune on a little bit and make sure we're good here for this feature. And, I'm out of breath. I just want to say thanks to everybody, and say hey to my wife and kid. They're at Panama City at the beach, so I hope they're having a good time, and maybe we can have a good run here.
Somebody get that Southern boy a yoo-hoo and a moon pie, because he needs some energy for tonight's 50-lap feature. How about that? Will Harrington picks up the win in Ibach Springs Heat Race 1.
We got moon pies up here. We got moon pies up here.
And that's not Mooney Star either.
No, get CrossFit Overton on that race
What would
car.
he do with $30,000? Like buy another L?
Well, probably go to the gym, it sounds like. Ibach Springs Heat Race number 2 is on the track. It's going to be Austin Smith out of Cedartown, Georgia, starting on the pole of this one. And on his outside, out of Mount Holly, North Carolina, the 22 is Fergie time, Chris Ferguson.
Well, row 2, last night's fast qualifier, the Baylor Motorsports 93 out of Lincoln to North Carolina's Carson Ferguson, your second quick qualifier. Here tonight in Group A, out of Milton, Florida, that is Joseph Joyner in 10.
Hudson O'Neal was quick last night. James finished in the second spot. He starts 5th in this one, and on his outside, out of Madison, Georgia, the 10 is Garrett Smith.
Randall Edwards turns the wrenches on the 28 car. That'll be Carson Brown, New London, North Carolina, and into the Bloomquist car. The 101 out of Morristown, Tennessee, that is Forrest Trent.
Row number 5, Clay Harris on the inside in the 6, and on the outside, the 71R of Hot Rod Conley.
Cody Evans, he's out of Camden, Ohio, the 4G, and Zach Mitchell starts 12th. He is the current Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series points leader in the Coleman Farms 57. Are you serious?
Scheduled to have 12 cars in this one. We got 11. Looks like Cody Evans is a scratch. Man, this is quite the eclectic mix of cars. You got Austin Smith, you've got the Ferguson cousins, you've got Joseph Joyner, Hudson O'Neal. My, oh my. We're going to see what happens at Ibach Springs. Heat race number 2, 10 laps, top 5 transfer. Austin Smith and Chris Ferguson lead them to the green.
Austin Smith in the capital, the stinger of Chris Ferguson and his father, Brian Carter. They touch Joyner. They're 3 wide into 1 without work. Joyner, the odd man out there. Out at 2 down the back straightaway. Austin Smith in the 11 car. Ferguson off at turn 4. Oh, man, he got in the back of Carson. Did Joyner, but he keeps going. That was a wild first lap. And out in front is Austin Smith.
Sounds like a law firm, Smith, Ferguson, and Ferguson out there running 1, 2, and 3. And you got a pair of 10s back there with another Smith, Ferguson, Smith. That's the running order in the top 4. You like that,
and
don't
we got
you?
the Freddie Smith throwback driven by Ashton Winger tomorrow night. Love it. There they come. Out at turn 4, Austin Smith. His dad, Chad, is co-owners, right, with Capital Race Cars with Shane Clanton, who's also here this weekend.
I mean, we're still 7 laps away, 6 laps away this time by from the finish. But who had Will Harrington and potentially Austin Smith winning heat races on a prelim night at the Dream?
Both from Georgia.
Both from Georgia. That's right. Rise up, Bulldogs.
And a guy from Montana's on the front row of Heat 3.
Let's go.
Here we go, halfway.
Let's go.
5 down, 5 to go. Austin Smith at Capital Clements. SCCS sponsored car. Then it's Chris Ferguson, Carson Ferguson, Garrett Smith, former dirt track world champion. They have stretched it out over Joyner, O'Neal, the rest of the field. This is what makes it fun. This is why we do this stuff, because of people like Will Harrington and Austin Smith, if he can hang on.
Eldora Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, is where dreams are made, and the dirt late model dream is won. This time by 3 laps to go in Ibach Springs Heat Race number 2. It's a 1.3 second advantage for Austin Smith.
And again, Heat 3 is going to be Cale Green and Michael H.
Yes. And look who's behind them.
#1 ranked driver in the country. Bobby Pierce is coming up next. Well, you get out in front on this track the way it is right now. If you don't jump that cushion that's building up there, you're going to be in good shape. And right now, it is a good lead as he heads to the white flag, does Austin Smith.
Final time around for Austin Smith out of Cedartown, Georgia. A 1.5 second advantage over the Ferguson cousins. Chris Ferguson in second, Carson Ferguson third, Garrett Smith fourth, and Joseph Joyner rounds out the top 5. Checkered flag in the air. That's how they'll finish. Austin Smith gets the win. Chris Ferguson second, Carson Ferguson third. Fourth is going to go to Garrett Smith, and Joseph Joyner gets the final transfer. Hudson O'Neal on the outside looking in with Forrest Trent, Carson Brown, Clay Harrison, Zach Mitchell.
There might be more Joyners than Smith or Fergusons here tonight.
Well, they all might race at some point as well. Joyner fifth, Garrett Smith fourth, Carson Ferguson third, Chris Ferguson second, and how about your winner? In the Cedartown Electric SCCS Engineered Systems Capital Race Car number 11 Eldora Speedway, Austin Smith.
Austin Smith, of course, his dad Chaz Smith and Shane Clanton bought Capital Race Cars from Marshall Green last January. And Austin's been out on the road with the World of Outlaws Late Model Series, running for Rookie of the Year this year. And one of the two Austin Smiths from Georgia that races super late models. And it's good to see him here with us as he's going to pull up commanding win in iBox Springs Heat Race number 2. We're getting a Coltman Farms Racing interview with him here as he gets set to pull off the helmet. Austin, Mike Norris told me he came by to talk to you earlier and you said there's no way I'm getting an interview from you guys, but look at you. You won Heat Race 2. How good does that feel?
Man, it's awesome. We struggled. This thing's running hot and I'm out of breath. But yeah, it's good. All my guys have worked so hard all year, and to finally get something like this is pretty rewarding.
Capital Race Cars, Chad Smith gets the win. Georgia gets another win. Move over everybody. The best news for the field guys, nobody from Georgia's in Heat 3.
Man, how about the emotion there, James, in Austin Smith's voice? That goes to show, man, that's what it means to win a heat race.
How many gym memberships can you buy for $30,000?
We may need them all. Hey, how about this lineup, James, for Integra Shocks and Springs Heat Race number 3 on the pole out of Hellion, South Carolina, Cale Green in the 4, and on his outside out of Sun River, Montana, the 09 of Michael Leach.
Well, a couple of names you've heard of in row 2, right? Josh Rice, current Northern All-Star points leader, credited Kentucky. The current FloRacing Night in America World of Outlaws Series points leader. The winner here last night, the 32 out of Oakwood, Illinois, is Bobby Pierce.
How about that third row, James, on the inside out of Mooresville, North Carolina, and the Ty Touring Racing number 9. That's going to be Nick Hoffman, and this is the kind of racetrack you expect to see the guy on the outside flourish on. Out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, in the 28, that will be Tyler Carpenter.
Row 4 is the driver in the 20 TC. He was a rookie in the World 100 a couple years ago. That'll be Tristan Chamberlain. He's out of Richmond, Indiana, the Gibson Motorsports car. And Montana Dudley. No, he is not from Phoenix City, Montana. He's from Phoenix City, Alabama.
We do have a Montana driver in this heat, though.
We do have a Montana driver in this heat. He's outside of row 4 in car 7.
Hohenwald, Tennessee's Oakley John's going to start on the inside of row 5 in the C6 on his outside. Out of Frankfort, Illinois, in the 99 Junior, that is Frank Heckenus Jr.
It'll be R.J. Conley's son-in-law. That'll be Justin Cooper, the 00s out of Wheelersburg, Ohio. And the Jedi, the veteran Jerry Bowersock, up the road in Wapakoneta, Ohio.
Randy, we've seen 2 young drivers huffing and puffing after 2 10-lap heats here. How demanding is this for a driver?
Oh, it's unreal. The right front load you get when you're running these kind of speeds, it really works your arms, and as you can see, they're not just Dale McDowell. Some of the young guys are out of breath, but we definitely don't need the CrossFit Overton. We definitely need the Muscle Factory, because these guys, if you notice, the 2 guys that was complaining, they're probably 2 of the skinniest guys in the pit. So it's just demanding and very fast.
All right, if you watch these first 2 heats, you're in heats 3 or 4, you're the car chief. What kind of changes did you make from qualifying to heat race action?
Well, it's building up just a little bit of the berm, especially off of 4 there. So I'd say all the guys are just making sure they're free enough. The worst thing you could do is go in there and hit the cushion and then push or lose the right front, and then you lose 3 or 4 positions. As soon as you get a good start, you want to be free enough, just keep your speed up.
Guys,
DJ and James, the guy starting out front, outside front row, Michael Leach. We've seen him from Speed Weeks on. He has been anywhere and everywhere getting laps. This could be a big one for him.
Absolutely. Guys, real quick, maybe a developing situation behind you as Garrett Smith is having to be pushed back to his pit stall. It looks like he can't get the fire build underneath the hood of the number 10. And we'll keep our eyes on that as he did transfer. He just finished 4th in that last iBox Springs heat race. So this will be Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 3, guys.
Randy, you had an observation on the 10 car.
Well, just a lot of the guys have been coming in and the motor's running hot, so instead of trying to restart and push more water out, they'll just have somebody to push them either to tech or back to the trailer, but hopefully that's all it is. But a lot of engines running very warm down here.
Cale Green and Michael Leach. I know Michael Leach has never run outdoors. Cale Green, was he here last? No, he's never been here, has he? Man, that is awesome.
Give me a second on that.
I don't know that he has.
Before, yeah.
And DJ, we've seen the Kel Green car at the Dome
with
past
Carson
few years.
Ferguson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
I tell you what, guys, especially with, again, with Michael Leach, the crew chief. Of course, we know Gary Cook Jr., his son, is a crew chief on that Longhorn Factory 09. So Dawson Cook, very cool.
Wow. How about
Good
that?
stuff.
Inside baseball right there. Thank you, Mike Norris. Well,
so last heat race, we had Smith, Ferguson, and Smith, as you said, and Joyner.
Yeah, we don't have anybody with the same last name in this one. But
we got
do
two
have
Montanas.
We have Montana Dudley and Sun River Montanas. My God, South Carolina, Montana, Kentucky, Illinois, North Carolina, West Virginia, Indiana, Alabama, Tennessee. 9 different states making up the top 9 starting spots. Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 3, 10 laps the distance, top 5 transfer.
At the start zone, we are underway. Cale Green, I think, might have got together with Leach. Oh, Rice on the bottom, throws the elbow. Josh Rice takes the lead. Man, that was crazy. Rice in front, and the caution is out.
Yeah.
Caution is out, and it is for Oakley Johns.
They stacked them up over in turns 1 and 2, and I very candidly, I think it all started whenever they got all cattywampus coming down the front straightaway at the front of the field, as you would say, James.
Or as Norris would say, a kerfuffle right there.
There was a kerfuffle.
Down the U-bend.
Randy, how important is experience starting on the front row here at Eldora?
Oh, it's really important. You've seen both of the guys on the front row. They're just real anxious, and rightfully so. They just need to get cleared and get in turn 1. And, they was already touching at the flag stand, and it got everybody kind of held up. Then Carpenter got the left front nose tore up. So definitely experience makes a difference.
Yeah, Cooper involved down there. So Oakley Johns has gone pit side, so we'll have a restart. No laps in. Again, 10 laps, top 5 transfer. Pierce, the fastest in Group B. He was the next to last qualifier of the night, overall fastest. Whew. Deep breath on that one as Justin Cooper tries to get going again. There's the damage on Tyler Carpenter, also involved down there, Dustin.
Yeah, I think when all of that happened, I think maybe Nick Hoppin came together as well, again through no fault of their own. Yeah, you see a little bit of damage here on the right side of Hoppin's number 9 as well. Just a chain reaction, I think, of what happened at the start of the field, guys.
Ton of damage on the left front of Tyler Carpenter. If I could get a picture of that left front, he is heavily damaged on the 28.
Yep, thank you, Mike Norris. Just saw that. Appreciate it. As we will give these guys one more lap here, it looks like, to get sorted out.
Pelion, South Carolina, Sun River, Montana.
Yeah, that's quite a ways apart.
Just a little bit.
Have you been to Pelion, Montana, South Carolina before?
There might be a Pelion, Montana.
There could be.
There is a Brandon, Nebraska. We did find that out a few weeks ago. Down the back straightaway. Much better start for Leach in the Lowenbro Motorsports 09 car. Off at turn 4, he leads his first laps ever at Eldora.
Look at Tyler Carpenter trying to get rolling on the high side of this racetrack. He'll now cut down low. Maybe open up the door for Tristan Chamberlain. Leach leads, Green second, Rice third, Pierce fourth. That's the battle for 5th on your screen. Anything about 3 wide into turns 3 and 4.
Oh, baby.
Here comes Hoffman. Here comes Tyler Carpenter, looking like a snowplow with the mud on the front of the car.
And Nodorf is not here. Whoa, hang on, and that's trouble for Carpenter. And he will be off the pace.
That might bring out a caution. I got to think the damage on the front of that race car and the mud that was stuck to the nose Yep, that shoved that car to the outside wall. We're going to stay green, James. He gets to the infield, and it's still Michael Leach out front in this one.
In the 09 car, again, the Lowenbro Motorsports, Cornet-powered Longhorn, Dust Pots, Hellraiser Jacks. Got to give Tim Sheets a shout-out, don't we? Out at turn 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Cale Green. Never have words been uttered before at Eldora. Michael Leach and Cale Green run first and second. Good for them.
Will Harrington has won a heat. Austin Smith has won a heat. And now Cale Green closing in on Michael Leach. What a time to be alive here for the 31st running of the Dirt Late Model Dream. Cale Green closing in on Michael Leach. 4 to go.
Move over Robin Leach right out at 2. Down the back straightaway. Hey, you're going to be rich and famous if you win tonight. That's $30,000 in Leach right now. I don't know if a driver from Montana, even in the sprint cars here, has ever made a race.
I don't know.
Right? Has ever made a feature event.
I don't know.
Michael Leach looking good down the back straightaway, DJ. 2 to go coming up.
Ben Branch now running a little bit more. The 21-year-old out of Sun River, Montana, 3-time modified winner a year ago, and all of those came early in the season during speed weeks at East Bay and Volusia. Been running the late model a lot this year, and it's paying off. James Michael Leach out front. He'll come around this time to the white flag. 1 to go here in Integra Shocks and Springs, heat number 3.
Cale Green second, Josh Rice third, Bobby Pierce fourth, fifth is Nick Hoffman. Down the back straightaway. Well, it was a rough first lap, but it didn't count. We had a restart, and he dominates here at E3, this Michael Leach.
Checkered flag in the air. Integra Shocks and Springs, heat number 3 goes to Michael Leach. Cale Green second. Third to Josh Rice, fourth to Bobby Pierce, and Nick Hoffman will get the final transfer ahead of Tristan Chamberlain, Montana Dudley, Justin Cooper, and Jerry Bowersock. So fifth goes to Nick Hoffman, fourth to Bobby Pierce, third goes to Josh Rice, second to Cale Green, and how about the winner of this one? It was Will Harrington in Heat 1, Austin Smith in Heat 2, and in Heat 3, it's going to go to the driver out of Sun River, Montana in the Dust Pods, Willow Ranch, Hellraiser Jacks, Kane Design and Wraps, Lowenbro Motorsports sponsored, number 09, Eldora Speedway. Let him hear you, Michael Leach.
Man, the emotion down here from his crew. These guys have been traveling around all summer long. Just as Ben had said, you know, on Illinois Speed Weeks, man, this is going to be an awesome interview. I was either one of those guys, but man, talk about career moments here at Eldora Speedway. We'll get it out of your way. Man, we'll let him take a breath. You and the crew have been traveling around. We talked Spoon River, all those tracks for Illinois Speed Weeks, Fairbury. You did it, man. Here you are. On flow at the biggest dirt track in the world, Eldora Speedway, baby. Congrats.
Thanks, man. We did it. I don't know. It's crazy. Won a prelim night. I mean, that's step number 1. You know what I mean? I love to say job's not finished, but like we got to take a step and realize this is pretty cool. You know what I mean? This is pretty cool. We always want more, but I got to thank everyone at Longhorn, the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen. You know what I mean? I just love all these guys, dude. I don't know. I love it. I love the Big E.
This is what it's all about. $30,000 later on. Could it be Michael Leach's night here tonight?
All right, thanks, Mike Norris. Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 4 is about ready to go green, this time by Dome and Herb in row 1, Bronson and Perm in row 2, Moran and Lawler in row 3, 10 laps of distance, top 5 transfer. Final heat race of the night, James, Integra Shocks and Springs Heat number 4.
Top 5 advance into 1. The Thursday night. They're going to run for $30,000 later on. There'll be a couple of B-mates down the back straightaway. Zach Dome. Again, he's only run 2 or 3 races this year. Oh, trying not to jump the cushion. And he will have the lead in 17.
My Zach Dome trying to continue this string of unheralded drivers winning heat races here tonight. Wouldn't that be something? Harrington, Smith, Leach, and Dome getting heat race wins on a prelim night. Sign me up, baby. He's still out front in this one. Tyler Erb knocking on the back door 2 laps in.
Well, they could have canceled, right? Somebody's going to say, well, it's a 1-lane track. They could have canceled, right? And run tomorrow afternoon or
You
whatever.
put me out there against a bunch of grannies and big wheels, and I win, I'm going to be happy as hell. I don't care if it's one lane or not. It's Eldora, baby.
It's Eldora, baby, the Mecca. Zach Dome, he's from Cross Lanes, West Virginia. So we've had 2 Georgians, a Montana. What is Montana? What is there?
A Montananite.
A Montananite.
And a West Virginian.
And a Mountaineer.
West by God. Showing up, baby. And it's not Josh Richards. It's not John Blankenship. It's Zach Dome out front. 5 down, 5 to go. James Tyler Erb, though, starting to close in, baby.
He's down the back straightaway, the General Lee. Tyler, the best performance 01. And we've got a caution flag on the racetrack. Apparently maybe debris. Let's see here.
Yeah, the safety truck pulling out over in turn number 3 to grab a piece of debris off the half-mile surface. First caution flag we've seen in racing action here this evening, and that will slow the pace. Yep, there it is right there. That will slow the pace. 5 in, 5 remaining in Integra Shocks and Springs heat race number 4, final heat race of the night.
That was definitely not Trey Mills' tear-offs from last night where he grabbed a whole handful, all of them that he had on the first lap here last night. We'll see whose car that came off of. Was that blue?
It was blue.
So it would, well, it was Riggs. Riggs and, man, hard contact between Riggs and Payne.
How did Ryan Payne keep that car straight?
Knocked the whole right side door of the Riggs Fiber 81. Wow.
Well, don't forget, James, again, last night was its own show, so we start the Eldora portion of the program tonight. That means full double file restarts, not Delaware double file, no choose cone, full double file restarts, Ben.
And along those lines, the Dome camp asked me, they said when that caution came out, they said, wait, this is true double file restarts, isn't it? And I said, yeah, and I won't tell you what they said when I said that. So turbo alongside, it's going to be a challenge.
All the way through. All the way through to the very end. We've had how many with 1 to go, and we have to go back to 2 to go.
Now, to be fair, this is exactly how they started as well, with Zach Dome on the pole, Tyler Erb on the outside. So Dome will choose the inside lane on this restart. 5 in the books, 5 remaining. Integra Shocks and Springs. Heat 4's back underway, and another good start for Zach Dome.
Oh, Bronson into the back of Turbo into 1. Oh, Bronson's going to jump the cushion. He's going to lose 2, 3, 4 spots down the back straightaway.
That's going to move.
Gets it back going. Oh, man. That was close.
Yeah, that'll move
there.
Riggs into a transfer spot, James. Jason Riggs will have the transfer. Oh, no. Smoke from under Zach Dome. Oh, man. Can he hang on for less than 4 more laps? Turbo's right there.
No.
Oh,
it's
no.
All she wrote. Doggone it.
Oh, man.
Hopefully it's just an oil line or something like that. But Zach Dome, your race leader, 4 laps to go.
Doggone it.
Oh, Randy and Ben.
Randy,
Man.
I know how painful it is to watch that as a spectator, as a driver. Describe that feeling.
Oh, that's the worst feeling ever, especially here at Eldora, and then, just the cost of the engines, and man, I hate that. It seems like Zach can't get anything to go right for him up here, and he had that one pretty much wrapped up but guys, I'm telling you, when this thing is this fast, this hooked up, every single motor here is pushing the limits, and it's amazing they take what they do, honestly.
Well, he is into the infield out of this one. So Tyler will be your new race leader in the 01 car. Big Perm will be on the outside. Then it'll be Moran and Riggs.
Yeah, Riggs will run in 4th, and that means Corey Lawler will be in that 5th and final transfer spot, James, as you see the K1 race gear drone hovering over the 17 of Zach Dome. Well, we've got ourselves another double file restart here as safety crews are cleaning up a little bit of debris over in turns 1 and 2. Officially 6 laps in the books, 4 laps remaining. Final heat of the night, Integra Shocks and Springs heat race number 4.
You saw those cars lined up there on the inside. Those are cars that are parked up on the hill, so Dome out of this one. All right, 4 to go. On the restart, Tyler Erb and Dalton Wilson to decide the final heat of the night.
Final
looking.
Yep.
Sorry.
Final transfer spot's going to be up for grabs.
Whoa.
It's okay. Yep, between Corey Lawler and Opie and Riggs. 3 of them back there battling for a pair of transfer spots. Here we go.
I tell you, you get up in that cushion. Look out. Riggs, here comes Spatola on the bottom. Oh, Spatola going side by side, and Spatola's going to get the spot. Here comes Lawler. Lawler goes to 5th at 93. Trying to make his first feature ever at Eldora off of turn 4.
Corey Lawler may not be done yet. He may try to take that 4th spot away from the 3-time Fairbury track champ, Mike Spatola. You're not missing anything out front. White flag's going to be out final time. Turbo, Perm, Moran. That's your top 3 cars. Final time around. Opie, Lawler battling for the final transfer on the right side of your screen. James, checkered flag in the air. Integra Shocks and Springs heat number 4 goes to Tyler Erb. Dalton Wilson 2nd, Devin Moran 3rd, Mike Spatola 4th, and Corey Lawler races his way into the show. He will grab 5th. Bronson, Riggs, Kohler, Sukup, and Payne will round out your finishers in that one. Corey Lawler transfers in 5th, Mike Spatola 4th, Devin Moran 3rd, Dalton Wilson 2nd, and there is your winner. Originally out of New Waverly, Texas, and the best performance motorsports, Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors, First Class Septic, Anthony's Pizza, Roberts Beef Company, Go Lithium Battery, sponsored number 01. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for Turbo, Tyler Erb.
Well, I tell you what, the Turbo Lee outruns Enos, Roscoe P. Coltrane, and Boss Hogg. As it's running hot, we're going to give him a minute here. I tell you what, they were lined up. 4 wins on the season for Turbo. They were lined up to get some of these Turbo Lee t-shirts. Well, the Turbo Lee outran Boss Hogg, Roscoe P. Coltrane, the rest of them. You got a little help. Unfortunately, Dome, but do you have the car to win here tonight? Tell us about these track conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think so. It's fast and all you can get. I just don't take off on starts very good. I don't know. If I could fix that, I'd be a little bit better. I felt like when I was following Zach, I was honestly a little bit better. But, yeah, I hate it for him. Just super proud of all my guys. You know, we're really close. We've got probably the coolest suite up there, all the people in it that support us and take care of us. Can't thank every one of them enough. Obviously, Mark Langenfelder, Eric Brock, my mom at First Class Septic, missed her. Gabby, Caleb, Cody worked so hard. And yeah, it's just awesome. Spanky's here, and my 2 dogs, Russer and Newman. Shout out Gabby, see ya.
There you go, Turbo Lee wins heat 4.
There's the A1 overhead doors 2-seater, Ricky Thornton Jr. giving tonight's winner a ride behind. Boy, that is the ride, be the ride of a lifetime on that track. James, you should have bought some tickets for us.
I think he'd be a lot like Darrell Waltrip when Tony Stewart had him out there.
I think that would be accurate.
Hey, Dustin, you know our friend Joe Kelly down at Alltech. You know Joe Kelly?
Yes, I do.
Montana Dudley. Guess what his wife's name is?
Idaho.
Dakota.
Dakota and Montana. I like it. I like it a lot.
Your dog.
Yes, Dakota. Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. We got the Wheel of Misfortune on the Eldora Speedway victory stage. So again, the 20 drivers locked into tonight's main event. They got points based on how well they qualified. They got points based on where they finished their heat races. Those combined points they'll line them up 1 through 20. The high point man will spin the Wheel of Misfortune. That will give us the invert for tonight's feature. There it is. Man, that thing is lit up like a carnival ride right there.